Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Mel from Inkspired Crafts and just checking that I'm live in the right place. Okay, it looks like I am, so I'm just going to give it a moment or two just to let people see the notifications. I am posting in I'm live in my public group, or my public page rather, today, rather than my group, so I'm hoping people will find the link. Okay, it's nice to see some sunshine today. We've had a lot of rain and starting to get a bit fed up with it all, to be honest, but it's nice to have a bit of sunshine out. Hopefully things will start improving a bit. Oh, I've just got caught up a little bit. Okay, so today's crafting, I just had to pick up a piece of paper. Today's crafting is showing a technique on like watercolour backgrounds and using acrylic blocks to create a background. Now, Stampin' Up! Are really good on providing some lovely watercoloured style papers, and you know, they are really nice. I mean, you could use that quite easily as a seaside sort of, you know, on a boat or whatever, out at sea. There's all sorts of different ones. I'm just trying to find the one that I wanted. Okay, I've got it here somewhere. It wasn't the sea. It wasn't that one, but that one would probably do. I did put it out and then it's got mixed back up, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use the lighter one, actually. I know it, as I said, it looks like the sea, but we can change that around. And I can show you how we can do the same sort of card using pattern paper, and then how we can get the effect by using watercolour markers and a ink block and a spritzer. Okay, so we'll start off using this, and I actually want this more purpley bit. Don't really want the green on there so much, so I'm going to cut it this way. Okay, so 4 1/4, 3 1/2, and then I want, got 5 3/4, 5 1/2, 5 1/4. Oh, sorry, flashing and clattering around this morning. Okay, so I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base, which I can't seem to fold. I did score them, just not, see, not as well as I thought I did. it's a Blackberry Bliss card front. This is a fresh freesia layer, and then that one will go on there. And then we've got one, a white layer for the inside. So all I'm going to do with this one is really quite simple. It's the Thoughtful Wishes, and this is Blackberry Bliss ink, and I've used the like thistles, like Scottish thistles. So I'm just going to ink that up. And stamp it. This isn't really going to show you the amazing effect that you can do on your own, but it's a similar way of doing it. And then, so that will go on there like that. And then I just want to be able to, it's probably a bit big, that sense, that just going to stick a sentiment on here. I think I'm just going to use the thanks, as that one's already made up. Again in Blackberry Bliss to tie it all in. Cover that over for a moment, just so that I don't get messy. Ooh, I've got some lovely Blackberry Bliss ribbon. I think it's still in the catalogue, not 100% sure, mind. So this is going to be quite a quick, simple idea on this one, as long as I can get some glue out. Okay, so now I can either put some ribbon around this bit and stick it on, or I'm going to put this on first. Hopefully getting it layered evenly, and then I'm just gonna get my snips, cut a bit of that out. I'm going to put that on something like that, I think, so it's okay. So I just need to then be able to, do you know, I might even do, that was a 1 3/4 inch punch. I'm going to punch a 2-inch circle punch as well. These are available on our online store, so won't see them in the catalogue, but they are there. And I think circle punches are a really good just to have in your stash, aren't they? And then I'm just wondering whether to put this in between think I'm going to put it behind. So I'm going to stick that one on there. Say 1 3/4 inch and 2 inch. And then let's turn that over. I'm going to use some tear and tape just to be able to, first of all, fix, hopefully, roughly where I want it to go. Okay, so let's just wrap it round again, make it a bit looser. Pull these bits out. Okay, so I think that's okay like that. Find the dimensionals, and stick one in the middle of there to help with that. Stick that on there, and then I want some few gems. I'm just gonna add some basic rhinestones. You can colour these in using our blends, the alcohol blends. So you could have those matching then any colour you wanted. I've got another pack open somewhere. I don't really want to open my newer pack until I've used all my bits and pieces, but it looks as though I'm going to have to open it. Yeah, these are just your basic rhinestones, 3 different sizes. As I say, there's lots of small ones, which is good. Just to add a bit of bling. Okay, so that's the outside. You've got a layer just to go on the inside, which yeah, obviously thanks you don't have to put anything inside, but you know, it's quite nice ones. I appreciate you make life better. But I'm just going to stamp a bit more of the thistle. I'm going to bring my stamp back in, and my Blackberry Bliss. Well, that didn't stamp very well, did it? So I'm going to turn it over. Give it a good squeeze, that's better. Okay, so that can then just go. And then just pop straight inside. Okay, so that's one way of doing or using the water water wash effect DSP. But you can make a similar background without having the DSP, and that's the technique really that I want to be able to show you. So let me just pop a couple of bits out the way. And I'm going to need my stamping mat for this. And I'm going to use the same colours at the moment. Is that the smaller? Yeah. Okay, so instead of having a piece of designer series paper, I've got a piece of white to stamp on. I also need to have a good size block. Okay, use the side that hasn't got quite as much sticky and mess on it. You can do it with any size of block, it doesn't matter. You can do it in, you could do like some smaller blocks and have colours on each, but I'm going to show you on a big block to start with. So just having a quick sip of my coffee. Okay, so our water-based Stampin Write markers are the perfect tool for this. If you haven't seen these before, you'll notice there's a thick line and a thin line, and that shows you also the tip. So this is a bullet tip on the thin and a brush tip over on the thicker end. So you know, you've got plenty of visuals on there to know when you pick it up exactly what end you need to use. And we're going to use the brush tip for this. So I'm using Berry Burst, Fresh Freesia and Bubble Bath. And so as I say, using the brush tip, I'm using it so that I'm using the side of the brush, and I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to be exact, I'm just gonna do some scribbles and then do the next colour. You can't actually see that one quite as much because of it being such a lighter colour. And then this one again, just go in over it. And if I put that down on there, you can probably see it slightly better, but they are light colours, these two. And then we want a Stampin' Spritz. This one's got just plain water in it. Make sure you've point it the right direction. Earlier on when I was messing with this, I don't know where the water went. It certainly didn't go where I wanted it to. And then just give it a couple of squirts. Okay, as you can probably see just about, maybe on there better, the water is moving. It's moving the ink. And each time you do this, you will get, I'm just going to give it another bit of a squirt, you will get a different background effect. Dry that off a bit. Okay. And there I'm just going to place that down. It wasn't very straight, was it? But I'm going to place it down. Give it a good push and then lift it off. And as you can see, it's fine that the colours run down. That is perfectly fine. You see the colours are not, they don't stay exactly where you put them with watercolour in, and that is fine. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for a moment just to dry. Just wipe that off of there. And what we can do while we're waiting for that just to dry is just do another sentiment ready. Now obviously this is going to have some white down here, but that's fine, don't worry about, you don't need to worry about that. Right, I need some thank you cards, so I'm just going to stick with the thanks. Punch that one out. And the bigger one. And my inside bit, I'm just gonna add a bit of that again. Pop the ink out of the way so that we don't get covered in that. Okay, so again, exactly the same colour combination, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, pop that on there. Stick that bit in the middle. It's not very straight, but there we go. Right, these two bits can be stuck together. Like so. Okay, we can bring this back in. And this. Okay, so I've just stamped slightly on the white, going up. Okay. I might put that one down there this time. Let's have a look, see if we bring this back in. So I think what I'm going to do now is do the ribbon slightly different. My glue dots, I'm just going to place one that side. I want it up a bit, just a little bit further. One there. You might want to leave it to dry a little bit longer before you stick it on. I can feel it is still quite damp, but it's not gonna hurt. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Just pop that out the way. It's a bit sticky stuff on there by the feels of it. So I can either pop that up there and have a bow here. Let's see if I can do a bow. This one is a really good. I've got no nails at them, very little nails at the moment. I think the weather's really affected them. So right, let's pull that back and that back. Okay, so I can put a bow on here and have that up there, or I can have that there and a bow. I think I might do it that way. A glue dot. Glue that like that. Pop a few dimensionals on. There. And then again, we're going to put one of those. One of those. You can actually put on. We generally put uneven numbers. Just, I don't know what the uneven number bit's about, but you can, see, put as many or as few as you want. So I've put 5 on that one. Okay, so that's that one. Now I was having a play earlier, as I say, and I was using some greens, and this is straight on to normal cardstock, and then this is on to watercolour cardstock, watercolour, what's it called? Yeah, watercolour cardstock. So there is you get a slight difference, and it's got a different texture to it. But you can make some really cute effects, really nice effects, and you could do rainbows. You could do a rainbow background and all sorts really with it. Any colours, as long as you've got the writing markers, and they're water-based markers, not the alcohol ones. You've got to use the water-based ones for this technique. Then you can make your own background. As I say, it's a very similar effect, but each time you will get a different background and a different look to your card. So okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you've enjoyed that little technique, and you'll have a go. It's really is simple but really effective. Okay, thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.